Guy Laliberte, billionaire creator of Le Cirque du Soleil, the greatest show on earth, is the owner and creator of Nukutepipi, an island of dreams in French Polynesia. This tiny atoll is triangular shaped and measures roughly 3 kilometers in length and 10 kilometers in circumference. It isn't exactly huge, but it's a small piece of pure paradise, a dream come true. Just stay tuned to share these billionaires' fantasies, a beautiful home in the sun with all the pleasures that only billions of dollars can buy. Ready to dive into that beautiful Pacific Ocean and resurface in heaven? Just tune in. How rich is Guy Laliberte? Guy Laliberte and Gilles Stacroix are the co-founders of the renowned Cirque du Soleil, the most successful and amazing circus on earth. Guy dropped out of college to become a member of Les Echers de Baie Saint Paul, the Stiltwalkers of Baie Saint Paul in the 1980s. This group of jugglers, dancers, fire breathers, and musicians became the core of Le Cirque du Soleil. In 1984, he took the circus troupe on tour. The dramatic and beautiful performances, the outrageous costumes, the magical lighting, and the breathtaking and reflective music and atmosphere took Canada by storm. He called his circus Le Cirque du Soleil, the Circus of the Sun, because the sun symbolizes youth, energy, and strength. The We Reinvent the Circus campaign spearheaded Cirque du Soleil's overseas tour of Europe in 1990. His circus hit the Las Vegas Strip in 1993, and he and his circus troupe never looked back. Guy Laliberte began building up his modern circus, with its detailed set designs and mind-blowing audience interaction, into a global brand. In 2015, he sold the company to private equity firm TPG Capital for $1.5 billion, but still retained a 10% stake. $100 million of the proceeds were invested in Lune Rouge Entertainment. Their most notable asset is an 81-foot-tall pyramid in Montreal. He sometimes DJs here just for the love of it. He doesn't really need the money. His net worth is estimated at $1.6 billion, and a DJ's salary doesn't even come close. Why did Guy Laliberte buy this beautiful Polynesian island? Pedro Fernandes de Quiros, born in Portugal in 1565, discovered the stunning island of Nukutepipi on February 4, 1606. On July 12, 1767, British naval officer and explorer Philip Carteret turned up. On March 6, 1803, John Turnbull, English seaman and representative of the East India Trading Company, visited the island on his ship, the Margaret. Rather unimaginatively, he called it Margaret Island. Billionaire Guy Laliberte bought it up in 2007. He has turned it into a personal paradise. The rich Canadian businessman searched the world for decades for the right island to retire to. This exotic private island sits unspoilt in the heart of the South Pacific Ocean. Nukutepipi is part of the Duke of Gloucester Islands, a subgroup of the Tuamotu group. Its nearest neighbor is Runga, a tiny atoll lost in the blue of the Pacific Ocean. Nukutepipi can only be reached by private plane, so unless you have one or you personally know Guy Laliberte, your chances aren't great of ever visiting the island. Laliberte enjoys coming to his island with his family and friends. In May 2014, Laliberte is telling the Journal de Montreal that he wants to make the atoll a shelter that can accommodate his loved ones in the event of a global catastrophe. This is how he sees it. Because of all that's happening in the world, I said to myself, that could be the place where, in case of an epidemic or total war, I could bring people I like and my family so that we'd be protected. His island dream is ecologically friendly too, completely autonomous in terms of operation, solar, environmental, ecologic, all that. So, this is the story. If Laliberte likes you, he will bring you to his island during the nuclear winter. If not, sorry, you will burn alive with the rest. How do you feel about that? Living space. Laliberte has made part of Nukutepipi open for guests on Airbnb. There is enough space for 52 people to enjoy the island's spa facilities and infinity pool for a total of 7 nights. But it does not come cheap. It will cost them around $1 billion. Not many of us can afford that, can we? Once you all arrive in Nukutepipi, having spent $1 million for the privilege, the local inhabitants will line up on the shore, smile, shake your hand, and pretend to be happy to see you. Then you will be taken to your own private bungalow, jungle villa, or super-duper master villa, built to Laliberté's exacting personal standards. There is a total of 13 one-bedroom beachside bungalows on the resort. Each bungalow comes with a king-sized bed or 2 queen-sized beds, an ensuite bathroom, a walk-in closet, Wi-Fi, hopefully with half-decent reception, an espresso coffee machine, and a minibar. Then, there are 2-bedroom junior villas with their own lounges, work desks, yes, even billionaires in paradise might have to work, outside terraces, and personal infinity pools. The master villa is the most significant of all. It has been tailored to the exact specifications of our circus king. It is 7,000 square feet in area and possesses a master bedroom, a supersized king bed, and an ensuite bathroom. There is an outdoor bathtub and a second bedroom with its own 2 queen-sized beds, attached bedroom, and 2 separate one-bedroom bungalows. These bungalows have their own kitchens, daybeds, and jacuzzis. They are all linked by a bar and a personal movie theater. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Things to do. The island provides unlimited adventures. Nukutepipi offers birdwatching tours, scuba diving, stand-up paddling, snorkeling in one of the best coral reefs in the world, game fishing in case the sudden urge to kill the inhabitants of the deep sea sweeps over you in your moments of tranquility, a stargazing program, and cultural expeditions, including an introduction to Tahitian culture, weaving, woodcarving, tattooing, symbols of religion, life, love, and nature. You can discover traditional Polynesian art and modern masterpieces too. There are experts to guide you on any of these excursions. A captain and a sailor to take you out to sea, a lagoon activities coordinator, a dive master, a land activities coordinator, a fitness attendant, and a massage therapist to take you to heaven and back again. The island is truly beautiful, with an amazing life both on Earth and under the ocean. More than 1,000 species of fish live in the bright, colorful gardens. Butterfly fish, anglefish, cornet fish, octopus and eels, giant turtles, mantras, scary sharks, and playful dolphins. From July to October, humpback whales visit the island's waters. The white beaches and gently swaying coconut palms are irresistible. Can't you just feel that cool sea breeze? Restaurants. This island has restaurants with top-notch fine dining. Master chefs prepare daily changing menus with local and imported ingredients of the very best quality. From the informal delicious lunches at Kaipoa Beach Bar to the impressive banquets at the Fair Kai Tuateco restaurant, these master chefs use freshly picked local ingredients, organic fruits and veggies to produce unforgettable dishes. For the more romantic among us, the restaurant team can prepare a private meal for 2 at the remotest and most beautiful spots on the island, gazing across the infinite ocean. 2 full-service restaurants are dedicated to the guests: breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, drinks, snacks at the drop of a hat. Yes, your every whim is catered for here in paradise. Trouble in paradise. On November 13, 2019, Laliberté's investment company Lune Rouge came under fire for the cultivation of cannabis on the island. Laliberté claims that it is only for his personal use, but Guy has been taken into custody on the French Polynesian island of Tahiti, and a judicial inquiry has been opened for drug trafficking. Laliberté has been cooperating with the authorities. He denies and dissociates himself from any rumors that he is selling or trafficking controlled substances. No, we guess he just wants it all for himself, his family, and his friends. The head of state in French Polynesia is the French president, represented by a high commissioner appointed by the French government. The high commissioner is in charge of defense and justice. The head of government is the president of French Polynesia and the council of ministers. The Minister of Health in French Polynesia has prohibited the consumption, cultivation, and transportation of cannabis. Laliberté claims that he uses marijuana for medical reasons and grows and consumes the cannabis on Nukutepipi, his private island, for his own personal use. In a statement, Laliberté said he was surprised by the disproportionate importance given to the matter and that he will continue to cooperate with local authorities. The Canadian government, on the other hand, has declared that in French Polynesia, penalties for possession, use, or trafficking of illegal drugs are severe and that convicted offenders can expect jail sentences and heavy fines. This is in line with the French Penal Code that can sentence you to a maximum 1 year in prison for consumption. Of course, a Canadian billionaire is not going to be sent to prison for getting high on his own private billion-dollar island, but it does suggest that even paradise has its demons.